Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be your weekend messages. I'm going to timestamp each sign in the comments so that you guys can watch your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus placements. As well as this video is going to include your shadow work. It will also be timestamped. So let's see what we have going on for Aries. Aries, let's see what we have going on for you this weekend. I'm going to do 4 cards for each sign. All right, so your current situation is you're at some sort of crossroads, or you're looking towards your future, needing to make some sort of decision on which direction you want to take things. So maybe it's a new direction, maybe you're going to stay on the path that you're currently on, but there's something that needs your attention and something that needs a decision. All right, 7 of Coins, you're thinking of throwing in the towel. So this is your obstacle that you're facing this weekend. You need to keep going if the goal is important or it revolves around like your finances, something that you've worked a long time towards. Time isn't running out, but you do need to keep focused on your goals in order to see them actually happen. Let's see, your action needed. There is something that you need to charge forward bravely towards. So I feel like it has to do with this decision that you're contemplating. It could be anything, but whatever the decision is, you need to gather your courage, you need to face your fears, and then you need to charge forward bravely in this situation. Your outcome. You're really in stuck, stagnant energy with the Hanged Man. So you have the ability to set yourself free from whatever this is that's holding you back. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's lack of courage right now, but you need to see things in a new perspective and shift your perspective so that you can actually go forward bravely. So that's what we have for Aries. Sagittarius, let's see what we have going on for you this weekend. All right, your current situation is you are burnout and you are exhausted, so you need to make rest a priority this weekend. If there's duties and responsibilities that can't wait, tackle those first and then take some time out for yourself this weekend. You need to rest so that you can recover from anything that maybe you're injured, maybe you're fatigued, maybe you're recovering from being sick, but this is definitely a caution that it will get worse if you don't take time for it to get better. All right, the obstacle. You have a lot of choices right now. I feel like these choices could also involve love. Maybe you have a lot of suitors in your life that are trying to date you. Whatever the case is, choose wisely and listen to your intuition. That's going to be key for you to make a good decision. Make sure that it is the truth and make sure that it is something that you see reality so that you aren't getting swindled. There can be a snake in the midst, so watch out for that. All right, action needed. There is some sort of victory coming. This is something that casts you in the spotlight. Could be fame potentially, but some sort of victory over a long fought battle that is coming out, or you get recognized for some hard work that you have achieved. All right, King of Coins is your outcome. So slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush perfection. Don't rush things, especially if you're trying to build an empire. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. So you've got to take your time and make sure that you are kind of dotting the I's and crossing the T's. That's what we have for Sag. Leo, let's see what we have going on for you this weekend. All right, so your current situation is you might be struggling financially and you're trying to balance out your finances. So the best advice is to cut any unnecessary spending until things level out, until you find the balance that you're looking for. So if you go to Starbucks every morning and spend $10 to $12 on a cup of coffee, brew it at home. That saves you $10 to $12 every single day. If it's you're eating out too much, maybe you need to go grocery shopping and cook at home. You can meal prep. Things like that will save you a few dollars here and there, and by the end of the month, it really does add up. All right, your obstacle might be love or union. So this is typically seen as union or marriage between two people, some sort of commitment, and this might feel like a challenge to you. So I feel like love has been kind of a fleeting thing, or this is something where maybe you're afraid to get involved with somebody who isn't good for you. So listen to your intuition. I do feel like you can overcome this, but you're going to have to work on it. So decide what it is that you really want and don't rush into any commitments that you're unsure of. 4 of Swords, you need to take a break, you need to take time out and rest. So if you're burning the candle at both ends, you're exhausted, you're fatigued, you're sick, that means your body is depleted and you need to take some time out and rest and recover so things don't get worse. They typically will if you ignore that. Your outcome, the Knight of Coins, you might be traveling or relocating to greener pastures, especially for a job. This is an opportunity that will help improve your finances, especially if you've been in a place of lack. So if there is a new job on the horizon, but maybe you have to travel for this job or you have to relocate in order to actually do this job, it will be worth your time. So definitely investigate those things accordingly, and you may meet somebody along the way that wants union. Hope that helps. Cancers, let's see what we have going on for you this weekend. All right, so we start with the Two of Cups. So a union might be on your mind. You might be getting married, getting engaged, or coming into commitment with somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be marriage or engagement, but this is typically seen as marriage between two soulmates. So that could be the forefront of your focus this weekend, you and your partnership. Your obstacle, you're waiting for something, and you may have waited quite some time for your ships to come in or for things to actually happen. You may have to still continue waiting. If your forever person isn't in your life, then I feel like the wait is soon to be over. But this is something where you also have to have patience for the right person to come into your life. All right, your action needed is to eliminate the people who you don't want to be with, or the obstacles in your life that are slowing you down, or things that aren't right for you. So if you're dating lots of people until you find the right one, cut loose the ones you know are no good for you. Just don't go on another date. You don't have to give them any explanation other than we're not a good match for each other, and I'm looking for my soulmate or my forever person, and I don't feel that you're it. Cut ties, be done with them, move forward and find somebody who is the right fit. All right, your outcome. There could be some definite flighty energy. So this is fire sign energy. The the Knight of Bones is somebody who's a little wishy-washy. They're kind of in, they're kind of out, they're on the fence, they don't know what they want. A lot of F-boy energy, if you catch my drift. So one night stands, they're players, they want to play the field, they're not looking for what you're looking for, which is commitment. So I would cut this person loose because they are not exactly what you're looking for, and if that fits, you're going to know this was your reading. Pisces, let's see what we have for you today. What's going on for the weekend for Pisces? All right, we start with the Star. This is Aquarius energy. So this is usually a wish fulfillment being granted in divine timing, but this is a card of hope. So you don't want to lose hope that your wish fulfillment or your dream come true is on its way, but it happens when it's meant to in divine timing. So don't lose hope that things are possible. It looks like your obstacle might be love. So there could be a new love opportunity trying to come in. It could potentially be your wish fulfillment, only you will know that for sure. So make sure you listen to your intuition. And this is something that could really leave you overflowing with love and emotion. So it's definitely worth investigating to see exactly what this offer is. All right, Six of Swords. So this is something where you need to call a truce. There may have been a falling out. There may have been a lot of clashing egos, fighting back and forth. And this is telling you that it's time to lay the swords down and call a truce, that you don't need to carry this burden any longer. You don't need to continue this battle, that it's time to finally squash that and let it go once and for all. All right, your outcome is the Page of Goblets. Again, we have somebody that wants to make a love offer to you. This could be your wish fulfillment. It could be somebody who has a crush on you and maybe is a little bit afraid to make actual contact or to come forward and reveal their feelings. But I think you will start to realize who this person is. They might, like your stuff on social media a lot. They might comment on things a lot. They might hint around that they have feelings for you without actually coming out and saying it. So if that fits, this could be potentially a younger water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio that's trying to let their feelings be known. Scorpio, let's see, what we have going on for you. All right, Scorpio, we start with the Four of Cups. So this is something where there is a love opportunity coming in out of left field, out of the blue. You're not going to see this coming, and it may shock you or take you by surprise. This is also a card indicating that you might need to indulge in things that you enjoy, and by doing so, somebody may present you with an opportunity. Interesting energy. All right, your obstacle is letting go of the backstabbing and betrayal that you have experienced. So this is definitely something that you don't want to harbor. You don't want to keep going forward with it. Whatever this obstacle is that has people either betraying you, backstabbing you, mistreating you, it's time to let these things or these situations and people go, because something better is trying to take its place. So you've got to make the room. All right, the action needed. There's something that you need to do with your finances. This is typically seen as having more than enough to be generous to others. So if you are in a position to help others less fortunate, let's say maybe you donate to a charity, maybe you see somebody that's homeless on the side of the road and you offer financial assistance, you give them some money or something. This is a way that you can kind of pay it forward. So this is paying out good karma, as well as you will reap the rewards of that later. So if you're able to help others less fortunate, you're going to have enough to go around and cover your needs, as well as be able to help others. All right, your outcome is the Star. So I feel like this wish fulfillment that's coming in is something that you aren't going to see, but it's something that you've either tried to manifest, you've been using affirmations, praying about, and Source heard you. So don't lose hope that it's coming in divine timing, and it's Aquarius energy. So you could also be connecting to an Aquarius. It's interesting that there is like a lot of good stuff coming, but you've got to let go of the negative for the good stuff to really pay out is what I'm picking up. So I hope that helps. Gemini, let's see what we have going on for you for the weekend. All right, we start with the Sun. This is Leo energy. It's the happiest card in the tarot deck, so it sounds like a good weekend. This is also a card indicating that you could be thinking about marriage and children in your future. If you don't already have them and you're not already with somebody, that could be coming for you in the future. Your obstacle, you're ignoring your intuition. You need to really listen to it. Something is trying to steer you in a new direction, and that little nudge from spirit that's telling you, hey, do this, or hey, don't do that, you need to pay attention to that. Tap into that hidden wisdom and that superior knowledge, that's the word I'm looking for, so that you can actually go towards the path that Spirit's guiding you. All right, King of Coins. Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to your finances. This is the action that you need to take. Be cautious of your financial investments is what they're telling me. Make sure that it is a good investment if you're investing money. Don't just throw money at something expecting it to be fruitful. The other thing I'm picking up is that you need to invest your money accordingly to what you want the payout to be. That sounds strange. That's definitely a channeled message. So they're telling me if you've invested in something like, I don't know, stocks, bonds, Bitcoin, things like that, that maybe it's not paying out the way that you anticipated. So you're going to have to reinvest in something that you think will actually be lucrative to you, that you want to be cautious, but you also don't want to miss an opportunity. So be slow and steady on your approach to what you invest your time and your money in, that you will be successful, and that's also legacy wealth. So you're trying to invest for your future, your family's future, things like that. So take your time and don't bite off more than you can chew. Make sure that the investment is worth the time and money. All right, your outcome, the Hierophant. This is part of your spiritual ascension and growth. This is also a card indicating marriage, and we also have the Sun. So maybe you're trying to invest in somebody, and maybe the marriage is really expensive or the wedding is really expensive. Invest in it wisely. So if this is something where you're investing in your future and your happiness is involved in this future, that you definitely want to be cautious that you are making the right decision, the right people, the right investments. So that's what we have for you. Libra, let's see what we have going on for you this weekend. All right. All right, we start with the King of Cups, so you could be connecting to a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. This person's very loyal, very empathetic, very nurturing. I call this my ideal father figure card because he's somebody who not only is a fierce protector of those he loves, but he's also somebody who's very loyal and somebody who is very able to show his emotions and communicate effectively. So he makes a great partner. All right, so your obstacle is the Four of Swords. Are you burnt out? Are you exhausted? Do you need a break? Do you need to take some time to rest? You need to, because if you don't, this card symbolizes burnout, and burnout can be very serious. It can even land you in the hospital or worse. So this is something you don't want to ignore. If you're tired, if you're burnt out, if you've been working a lot because you have to provide for your family, this is something telling you you also have to make rest a priority or you won't be able to keep going further. All right, the action needed is the Page of Coins. So this could be a new opportunity for work. Maybe it's some sort of side hustle that's helping you pay the bills. This is also something that could lead you into greener pastures where maybe you have to travel for this job, relocate, or it's something that you might have to actually further your education in some way in order to keep going on this new path, but it will pay off for you. Seven of Wands. This is something where you need to stand your ground. So if other people are interfering or challenging you for some reason, this is an indication that you're in the right, you hold the upper hand, and you need to keep going on your beliefs and your goals. Do not back down from this opponent and don't back down from this adversary. All right, that's what we have for Libra. Aquarius, my aqua sauce, what are we doing this weekend? Let's see what we have for you. What's happening for Aquarius over the weekend? All right, so some new gift is coming in. This is a gift from the divine. This is an opportunity for your finances to grow, bloom, and flourish. So this could be a new tip on a job. This could be a raise or promotion. It could be some unexpected gift that comes from the divine where it relates to your finances. So things are starting to improve. That's your current situation. All right, your obstacle is the Tower moment. So unfortunately, some big changes need to happen in your life. Not all of them always feel great at the time. So it could feel like a lot of upheaval, a lot of catastrophes, accidents, things that just really kind of turn your world upside down. And the only way to really embrace these changes is to go with the flow and roll with the punches. So it's really important that when your Tower moment happens that you know it's for your greater good and it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. If doors are suddenly slammed shut in your life, there is a reason for that. The divine is intervening and they are kind of removing obstacles from your path so that you can go towards where you really want to be. Not all of them feel great in the moment that they're happening, but eventually we go on to something better. Ace of Cups is all about a new love opportunity that leaves you feeling overflowed and overjoyed with love and emotions. So this could be an opportunity that comes after an ending is what I'm picking up. So you may be ending a relationship that isn't serving you and there's something better waiting in the wings trying to come in. So that's the action needed. You want to investigate that. If it doesn't feel right, shoot it down, but if it is, you might want to go after it. All right, your outcome is the Devil. So we're letting go of toxicity, toxic cycles. Let them burn to the ground. This is something that you don't want to carry with you. This is a lot of negativity, bad feelings all the time, feeling stuck, trapped, bound, strings attached to a relationship, just a lot of negative, heavy energy. So let it go. Let the tower fall, let it crumble, because you have two brand new opportunities that are trying to come in for love and one for money. Hope that helps. Virgo, let's see what we have for you this weekend. What's going on for Virgo? All right, we start with the Seven of Cups. So there is definitely some decisions you need to make. Weigh your options carefully. Remember, everything that glitters isn't gold, and there might be a snake in your midst, so you want to weigh things carefully, especially in the love department. If you're dating multiple people, you might need to make a decision on, if you want to get serious with somebody or if you're still kind of dating multiple people. But there is some sort of choice that needs to be made, so please weigh your options carefully. Your next card is the Six of Cups. It's feeling nostalgic. It came out reversed. I feel like you're finally starting to let go of the past. Maybe you're starting to let go of the things that stem all the way back from childhood, or maybe it's time to let go of the heavy emotions and heavy energy that you might have been carrying with you forward. So that's your obstacle. Don't get stuck living in the past. You need to make new memories and you need to try and go forward. All right, the action needed is the World. So you'll soon have the world at your fingertips. This is the possibility of travel, closing old cycles so new ones can begin. And this is definitely a great card, especially if you're trying for luck with money. Also a card that signals new opportunities. So close the old, make way for the new, if I could talk today. All right, your outcome is the Two of Wands. So you might be thinking of taking a trip. Both of these cards echo that you could be taking a trip somewhere. Could be a short trip, could be a long trip, but a trip someplace. And this is also that you're looking towards your future, so new opportunities. It's like you're trying to plan which direction you want to go, and maybe you're making changes. Maybe it's with a job that you're leaving behind for a new opportunity. Maybe it's you're relocating someplace, but taking the opportunities that present themselves that are right for you. So make a decision and go with the flow. Go forward. Taurus, let's see what we have going on for you this weekend. All right, we start with the Devil, Capricorn energy. So letting go of things that keep you feeling like you're stuck, trapped, or bound, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whatever circumstance it is, codependencies, addictions, and toxic cycles and relationships. It's time to let those things go. They are holding you back. All right, your obstacle is finding your happiness. This is Leo energy. So this symbolizes things like marriage and children in your future, and maybe that is something that feels like it's stifling to you. Maybe it's something that makes you feel like you're stuck or trapped. So shift your perspective. Not every relationship is meant to be toxic. There are good people out there, and sometimes you got to dig through the weeds in order to find the flowers, okay? All right, let's see. We have your current situation, your obstacles. This is the action needed. There's something to celebrate. there's some good news coming for you. Could be a gathering with friends and family to celebrate some positive news, but definitely something coming where it's good news that needs to be celebrated. So enjoy the happy times with each other. All right, your outcome is the Four of Wands. So this might be a wedding. I'm picking up with these three cards back to back. We have the Sun, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Wands. All of these would symbolize happy news, and these two cards, the Sun and the Four of Wands, symbolize marriage, union, and commitment. So it's really important that if this is maybe you're celebrating friends or family, maybe you're celebrating your own union with somebody, but I strongly feel like you are trying to break toxic cycles in the meantime to get to your ultimate happiness. So this is a card of stability. It's also the 1111 card. So this symbolizes it could be a twin flame or a soulmate, but very solid and stable, grounded energy and a lot of happiness to go around. So a good reason to celebrate. Last but not least, my Capricorns, what do we have going on for you this weekend? All right, we start with the Hierophant, Taurus energy. So this symbolizes marriage. It also symbolizes tradition and doing things in a traditional way, as well as ascension. So you might be growing spiritually, learning lessons, and ascending to the next highest level. It also could involve things like government, corporations, or some sort of official situation. So like maybe you're gathering at the courthouse to get married, maybe you're planning a big wedding, maybe you're going to things like churches or religious buildings, things like that, but definitely something where you could be learning or spiritually growing. All right, your obstacle is the Eight of Swords. You're frustrated and you need to get out of your head and out of your own way. This is really indicating that you are trapped in a pattern of overthinking, and by letting go of that pattern, you open up new possibilities. So you want to get out of your head, and you definitely want to let go of the things that are making you feel like you're stuck, like you're trapped, like there's no way out or no solution. The action needed is you need to find your courage and you need to charge forward bravely to a solution. If you feel like there isn't a solution in sight, then shift your perspective. Maybe go do something else temporarily so that you can see what it is that needs to actually change. All right, your outcome, Six of Swords. So we're moving out of conflict and chaos into calmer waters. So you might be leaving these things behind, these definite things that kind of pull at you or that leave you in this vicious cycle of overthinking or anxious thoughts. You want to let go of those things any way that you possibly can. Maybe journaling, maybe actually getting away from the situation. And you might be moving, traveling, or relocating is also what I'm picking up. Like leaving a bad marriage or a bad connection behind and getting out of the toxic cycles that constantly leave you in your head so that you can go forward bravely into something much better suited for you. All right, my lovelies, so that's what we have for the weekend messages. Let's see what we have for your shadow work. We're going to start with the side that we keep hidden, our shadow side. We're going to see what's going on in the collective and what we need to work on. You can get all your cards out and then we'll start the reading. So we start with the Hanged Man. So you're setting yourself free from something that has really kept you stuck for quite some time. So that's good news. This is Pisces energy. So it's like something will be illuminated or there's some sort of shift in your way of thinking that you realize that you have the ability to change this situation, that you're not actually stuck, that you can go forward, but you have to make adjustments in order to actually do so. All right, we have the Seven of Wands. So I feel like you've been backed into a corner in some area of your life and you felt like maybe you were fighting an uphill battle or you were fighting opponents that you thought you were never going to win. I feel like when you shift your perspective, you see that that's not really the case. And if you stick up for yourself, you stick up for your beliefs, that you will actually win the battle at hand, but you're going to have to be strong in order to do so. Seven of Coins. So this is definitely something where I feel like you may have thrown in the towel prematurely or you've really been contemplating leaving something that you've worked a long time towards. Maybe you feel like you're not seeing the payoff just yet or your goals aren't being met just yet. And so in order to actually see that happen, you have to stick with it, because if you throw in the towel now, you're never going to see what it is that you're trying to achieve. So don't give up too early and keep fighting if it's something that's important to you, especially if it's for your job or like a money goal. All right, Queen of Swords. something needs to be eliminated. I feel like you could be dealing with somebody who's really kind of harsh, maybe somebody who doesn't operate in emotions. They're very analytical, kind of rigid, a little cold. Maybe they're a little sharp-tongued to you at times. And so you've got to be cautious with how you deal with this person, especially if it's an authority figure like a partner, a parent, a boss of some kind. You want to be cautious because this person is not afraid to cut things out. This could also be you, that maybe you've been a little harsh to people lately, and so you want to kind of mellow that a little bit if you can. And remember the saying, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. So be a little sweeter to people and see if things don't change. We have the Tower. When it's in the shadow side, you're avoiding a huge catastrophe. There's still changes that are happening, but there's also hesitation, that you're hesitating to make the necessary changes that you know you need to make, but for whatever reason you are hesitating. You're not taking the time to think about things in a logical way, or you are stuck in a rut and you aren't making the forward progress that you need, or there is a lack of change. You have to shift your perspective. Not everything can stay the same. Sometimes changes are necessary so we can actually do things in a better way for us. All right, Three of Swords. I feel like the wait is almost over. I feel like your ships are coming in for you, and you've waited a very long time for these things to actually happen in your life. And because of the wait, you have wanted to give up. Don't give up. Things are starting to turn around and the wait is soon over. We have the Hermit. I feel like you are doing your shadow work. I feel like you are doing the inner work, the reflection. Maybe you're working on things through therapy, through some sort of other means. Maybe you're meditating more, journaling. Whatever the case is, you're trying to make the changes so that things are positive for you going forward. And it's also a card that signals that you could be dealing with a Virgo. So maybe you have crawled within your little protective bubble so that you can work on these things that you aren't seeing clearly. Or maybe you've tried to cut out the world so that you can finally focus on you. Whatever it is, you need to keep doing that so that you can actually work through these things. And eventually you will see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you will be able to take steps to go forward. So it's okay to go into your hermit mode for a little while and cut off the world to work on you. Just don't stay there forever. You eventually do have to come out of hiding. All right, Cosmic Mirror. So this is an opportunity for you to shift things. Take a long, hard look in the mirror. Remember, we are the only ones who can change ourselves. We can't change another individual. They all have free will just like us, but we can absolutely look in the mirror and see the things within ourselves that we ourselves need to take accountability for and change the things that aren't working. So take that long, hard look in the mirror and see what it is that you need to change within yourself to either better yourself or fix a situation that is not working for you. All right, we have the Wheel. So when it's in the shadow side, it's again hesitation with change. So old cycles are still not closed out. You're still in this loop of a repetitive cycle. So that needs work. You're going to need to focus on the matter at hand and what it is that you actually need to focus on for change to actually happen. So take baby steps along the way, but things are in motion and things are starting to turn. So you could also have felt like you're in a string of bad luck lately, and things will change eventually. So make some good decisions going forward. All right, Four of Swords. You are burnout. You're exhausted. Maybe you're sick and tired of shadow work. You're sick and tired of tarot readers. You're sick of all of it, right? You're burnt out. You need time to rest. So go into hermit mode. Do the things you need to do. Maybe you need a good long nap. Maybe you need a hot shower. Maybe you need to go do some things for self-care this weekend. But you need to do these things because you're burnt out, you're exhausted, and you need some time alone so that you can actually rest and recover. All right, Six of Swords. There is some sort of battle that you are still in. And again, we aren't letting go of it. So you need to stop this repetitive cycle, and you need to let go of the things that are hindering your growth. This isn't giving you peace to stay in this constant battle. So you need to remove yourself from the battle so that things can improve, so that you can find the sense of peace and the sense of calm. While you're still in the conflict and the chaos, you can't see that things can be better because you're in that fight or flight mode. So this is a caution telling you that it's time. Lay down the swords and stop the arguing and stop the fighting. All right, Nine of Coins. So lots of worries about finances, it feels like. like. This is definitely something where things could improve. There could definitely be abundance. Don't squander it away. I really feel like this is a caution telling you that if you've had a lot of finances and things have improved, or you're waiting for things to improve, don't lose hope that it can change, but you've got to make the necessary changes, and don't be, frivolous with your spending if you expect to be wealthy and abundant. All right, 5 of Swords. So there's definitely a lot of confusion, a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos, and I feel like that's slowly starting to be untangled, or you're slowly starting to come out of this state of confusion. You are starting to finally make some changes. You are starting to finally see things more clearly, and then you can actually see the bigger picture and the path that you need to take to go forward. Okay, the Chariot. So this is a lot of stagnation, and I feel like that's kind of the point you're at right now, that you're in stuck, stagnant energy, and that especially makes sense. We have the Chariot and we have the Hanged Man. So both of these in the shadow indicate that there's frustrations, a lack of forward progress, and that things are just kind of at a standstill. And so that's really irritating, because it's like, I just want to go forward. I just want to do this. So it's coming, but you have to make the necessary changes in order for the forward progress to be possible, and then you can find some balance. All right, we have the 6 of Cups. So living in the past, feeling really nostalgic. Maybe you're holding on to negative emotions or feelings from the past. Could be a past partnership that you're thinking about. Make sure that if you are reminiscing about the past, that you also see things for what they truly are. If it didn't work out in the past with somebody, chances are it probably wouldn't work out in the future either. Remember that people are exes for a reason, and we don't need to bring the exes back to life. Let's not resurrect bad things that we don't want to go through again. Let them go, let them be finally closed, and let it be an old chapter, one that you learned lessons from, and make some new memories going forward. All right, let's see what we have from our light side. How do we reconcile all of these things, and what do we need to know going forward? Help if I flip the card over as I'm going. All right, so we have the 6 of Wands. So some sort of victory coming after a period of feeling really stuck and stagnant. This is maybe some sort of recognition, award, being cast in the spotlight. It's also a victory. You could also potentially be famous for some reason or another. Maybe what you do, maybe some sort of idea you've had finally catches and it goes viral, or who knows. But this is definitely a card that is a victory. So that's an awesome way to turn things around from being really stuck. We have Judgment. So this card symbolizes not only karma being dealt, it's the best decision that can arrive under the circumstances. And this comes out with the 7 of Wands. So by holding your ground, the judgment goes in your favor. If you're dealing with courts, contracts, legal issues, I feel like this is coming to level the playing field. And if you're on the up and up and you are in the right, then I feel like things go in your favor, that judgment comes to kind of positively change things or level the playing field for you. So that's good. It's also a card, and I love this card in this deck. It's a phoenix rising from the ashes. So in the bottom of the card, it doesn't want to show up. In the bottom of the card down here, the red is flames. And if you see, the wings are like catching fire. So I do feel like you are actually going to, something about you is going to catch. It's going to catch somebody's eye. It's going to catch on. There's something they keep telling me it's going to catch on. It's going to catch flight, catch fire. They're also showing me, what was that? One of the Hunger Games was like catching fire something. I don't know, something like that. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 of those movies a million years ago. Something to do with, what is that movie? Somebody in the comments, if you know what that movie's called, please tell me. It's one of the Hunger Games, and it's something about catching fire. That's a message for somebody, because it's coming through over and over again until I spit it out. So there's judgment coming. They're also telling me somebody could be facing legal action for something to do with a fire. Like somebody started a fire, or something to do with being around a fire that somebody is being dealt with through the courts. I don't know. That's a message for somebody. Interesting. All right. So next we have the Empress. So this is the divine feminine. She also symbolizes things like motherhood, pregnancy, fertility, the softer, nurturing side of the tarot. So she also embodies all 4 of the queens in tarot, and that means that she holds all the knowledge of all of those queens. So she's grounded, she's nurturing, she's got a lot of confidence, a lot of passion, but she's very well-rounded. So she makes a fantastic mom and a fantastic partner, and that comes out with the 7 of coins. So maybe you need a partner that is actually really grounded or like really creative to kind of help you with going forward on these monetary goals that you're trying to achieve. It's like you almost need a sounding board or somebody to shoot ideas off of in order to really make progress to go forward, is what I'm picking up. All right, King of Cups. So he's who I call my ideal father figure. And he's somebody who wears his heart on his sleeve. He's loyal, he's charming, he's funny, he's really a great charismatic person, but he is a fierce protector of those he loves. So he makes a great father figure. So this with the Queen of Swords, I feel like this is a couple that one of you is very emotional and nurturing and the other one is very stoic and not really emotional. So that can be a hard thing to navigate, a hard thing to balance. And you might need to kind of be careful with the Queen of Swords. She's a little bit negative in the shadow side. So maybe this person is just the right fit to kind of help shower you with love and show you that you don't always have to be so prickly to the outside world. All right, we have Strength, Leo energy. So this is something that I feel like you are finally digging deep and finding your courage. And through doing your shadow work and through facing these challenges, I feel like you really are kind of taming the beast, so to speak. And you are finding that courage, that drive, that fire, that ambition in order to really face your fears and go forward. This comes out with the Tower. So you are strong enough to face all of these changes and all of these conflicts that you're dealing with. Even if you don't feel like it right now, know that deep down there is a fire burning within you and you are strong enough to tame this beast and overcome these challenges. We have the Stars. This comes out with the 3 of Swords. So this tells me that you have kind of been in a loop of waiting and a long time waiting for this wish fulfillment to come in, and something that you've tried to manifest, prayed for, has not materialized in the time that you thought it would. So maybe you've lost hope that it's coming, or you've given up hope that it's coming. And I think some things will surprise you, that it comes in divine timing, and it may come sooner than you realize, or sooner than you had anticipated, or it's been in the back of your mind, but nothing has happened. So things are starting to change. It's like once you release the expectations, all of a sudden your manifestation is just like, here you go. It's on a silver platter. You asked for it. It's here now. So take it or leave it. All right, we have the 10 of Swords. So it's time to let go of being in hermit mode. This comes out with the Hermit. This is a lot of backstabbing and betrayal, and I feel like because you were backstabbed, because you were betrayed by certain people, that you decided to retreat, that you needed some inner work, and that's fine. But you've got to do the healing work so you can come out of hermit mode and enjoy the living that we are still doing. So you've got to come back to reality, come back to society, and get out of hermit mode. Just because some people hurt you and betrayed you does not mean that every person on this planet is in that mindset or will do those same things. So you've got to heal the things that broke you and come back out of your shell and be able to go forward. All right, the Ace of Swords. So breakthrough or clarity is coming. And this comes out with the Cosmic Mirror. So that tells me that when you take the hard look in the mirror, when you face your fears, and when you see what it is that really needs to change within your own self, that there is a breakthrough, that there is finally some clarity, and there is finally truth revealed of what it is that needs to change so that you can make some progress going forward. 10 of Coins. So slow and steady wins the race. We are building a legacy of wealth, building generational wealth. And this is something that I feel like will absolutely benefit your family. It will benefit several generations to come. That's what this card symbolizes. So improvements in home, improvements in your finances, and all of us could use some improvements in our finances. This comes out with the Wheel of Fortune. So a wheel spins, and sometimes it spins us in the negative and things aren't great, and sometimes it spins us in the positive and good luck is finally on our side. So keep working towards your financial goals. If you're working towards financial freedom or savings or whatever it is with your finances, keep going. Don't give up. It is possible that you can achieve what it is that you want. All right, Knight of Wands comes out with the Four of Swords. So having some bravery, and you need to kind of make an offer is what I'm feeling. You need to charge forward bravely. I feel like this comes after a period of rest, and I feel like if this is somebody that maybe you had a falling out with, or maybe there was some confusion in a situation in a relationship, that by taking the time to rest and reflect on what needs to change or what needs to happen going forward, that you come up with a new perspective and you can bravely go after what it is that you want and communicate effectively. The Knight of Wands is a little flighty though, so I do feel like this person could kind of come in with an offer but hesitate to actually follow through, so be cautious with that. And if you are just tired of the in and out energy, then take a break from it, or take it and, just say, I can't do this anymore. I don't want in and out energy. You either come in with a solid offer or don't come back. And stand your ground and make sure that you are clear on what you want. We have the Cosmic Mirror again. So this is the opportunity to make any changes. Face your fears and look at yourself in the mirror and see what it is that you yourself need to change. This comes out with the Six of Swords. So that tells me that there is a lot of conflict, and it might be internal conflict, that maybe you're dealing with these things on an emotional level. You're overthinking a situation. Your thoughts are getting the best of you. Look at what is really going on and face your fears and make adjustments accordingly. Go into calmer waters. Queen of Wands, fire sign energy. This person is very confident, very charismatic. She's a natural born leader. She's somebody who takes on challenges. Not a lot stops her. She's very determined and very independent. This comes out with the Nine of Coins. So I feel like you're very confident, very determined, or you soon will be, in order to make your goals a reality, especially your financial goals. So some sort of wish fulfillment could be coming in, but I strongly feel like you are confident to face these challenges and that you will charge forward bravely in order to make your goals a success. All right, so we have the Six of Cups. So again, feeling nostalgic about the past. Remember, do not get stuck living in the past. It's fine to reminisce. It's fine to think about old things, old situations, old relationships, but don't get stuck living there. You want to live in the current present time. Plan for your future, but live in the moment. And this is a card indicating that you could also need to let go of some things. Let go of the confusion about the past. If you didn't get closure from an old relationship, no closure is still an answer. So it's still, if there's no answer, no communication, and there was an ending, move forward. It means it wasn't meant for you, and sometimes Spirit will slam the door in your face and lock the door and throw away the key for a reason. It wasn't meant to go forward with you. It's time to release the past, go forward into something that's better for you. All right, we have the Devil. So this is overcoming challenges, especially where addictions, codependency, toxicity, toxic behavior, and feeling like you're stuck, trapped, or bound, or like there's strings attached to a situation. This is something that you want to let go of. This is not something that you want to take with you. It's toxic. It's harmful. It's also something that I feel like you might be really frustrated in a relationship. This comes out with the Chariot. So there's been no forward movement, and maybe this relationship has just worn you out. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you're tired of the battles. You're tired of all the crazy crap that goes on. So set yourself free. You have a way out if you really want one, but you have to think logically about this. In order to gain a new perspective, I feel like you really do need to maybe have some distance from this person in order to think more clearly. Or you need to talk to people that you trust in order to gain a new perspective on ways out of this toxic cycle or toxic relationship that you're in, and that will bring you forward progress. All right, we have the Seven of Wands. So this is something where you need to stand your ground in a battle, that you need to make sure that you don't back down against this opponent, this adversary, and that you stand up for yourself or the underdog and your belief system. This comes out with the Six of Cups. So I feel like somebody from your past could be challenging you. Somebody could be challenging your authority, challenging your thoughts and ideas. Stand up for what you believe in, or you'll fall for anything. It's really going to be important that you do that going forward. All right, let's see what our final outcome is. Thank you very much. If I can get them without dropping all of them. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords. So we're going to rush towards what we want bravely. We're going to find our confidence and we're going to make communication happen, or we're going to finally have the light bulb click on and see what we need to do. Three of Coins. This is definitely something where you might need to collaborate with others in order to make the dream work. So teamwork makes the dream work. You need to get in touch with your spiritual side, source, God, the universe, and connect. Make that connection. Pray, meditate, see what answers come to you if you quiet your mind and you ask Spirit for assistance. All right, we have the Magician. So remember that your thoughts can manifest things. And I want to be clear on that. So you are not overthinking and manifesting negative outcomes. That's not how that works. Spirit knows where your intentions are. So if you intentionally manifest bad, that is a different scenario. Let's say you're plotting revenge against somebody. That's intention. You don't want to do that. If you are manifesting things for the positive, Spirit knows where your heart is and where your intention is, and they're going to try and bring you the best possible outcome. It doesn't mean there won't be bumps and hiccups along the way, but manifest from a positive frame of mind. Know that your thoughts can become things. So if there's something you really want, envision the way you want it to look and resonate with that feeling in order to attract it. Remember, what we're putting out with our intentions is what we are magnetically attracting back. So do it with a pure heart. All right, so you are manifesting something new and you are at some sort of crossroads. There's some sort of decision that needs to be made. You're planning towards your future and you need to stay focused on your end goal. What is it that you really want out of this life? What is it that you really want for your future? Plan, make a path, make a decision, and go forward into what it is that you really want. And stay positive. Things can happen quicker than you actually anticipate. Hope that helps, guys. We'll see you back here on Monday.